What's up, motherfucker?
Hold on, I hope y'all watching this shit.
First round, real quick.
That are in those training rooms with him know how good.
Because he just knocks dudes out real quick in the first round.
Yeah, but now we're gonna get a good. I might fuck with this guy. He just, to me, I thought he was a con artist.
No,
just based off his look.
They're edge.
Holy shit! What the hell just happened?
Well, what's up, motherfucker? Welcome to the Easy Money and Sports Betting Show. Friday, February 11th, 2022. Got a big show planned for you today. Got a pretty good slate of NBA games we'll go through. Talk a little bit of college basketball. Take a look at the Super Bowl, just a couple of days away from the big game this weekend between the Bengals and the Rams. Should be a real good game. All right. All right, before we get started, before we jump into today's games, don't forget, we're live Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern with Easy Money, a sports betting show. You can find that show live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, all at Gonzo Sports Room. We're also live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern with GSR Gonzo Sports Room, our sports talk show. And that show's also live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, so as well. You can also find GSR Gonzo Sports Room and Easy Money, a sports betting show in podcast form on Apple Podcast, Anchor Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcast. Most places you listen to podcasts, you can find us. Also, don't forget we have a pro wrestling podcast as well, GWR Gonzo's Wrestling Room, a weekly pro wrestling podcast. New episodes drop every Sunday at 9 a.m. You can find that on Apple Podcasts, Anchor Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. Most places you listen to podcasts, you can find us. Also, if you'd like to watch the video version of GWR Gonzo Wrestling Room, it also drops on YouTube every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern as well. So you have the option. You can listen to the audio version on the podcast networks, or you can watch the video version on YouTube. It all releases 9 a.m. every Sunday morning. We also have a GWR Live, Gonzo's Wrestling Room Live, where we do live interviews with pro wrestlers and promoters and different stuff like that. Those are all TBA. They're on different days. Usually do a lot of them on Tuesdays and Thursdays because that's our lighter day here at GSR. But we always post out on our social media when those will be. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at Gonzo Sports Room. That's where we post all the information about all of our shows, whether it's our daily picks for Easy Money, a sports betting show, interview announcement, just big show announcements, anything to do with any of that. That's social media is where you find anything out about all of our shows. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at Gonzo Sports Room. You can find me at Chris D. Gonzalez on Facebook, Chris Gonzalez at Gonzo Sports Room on Twitter, or Chris Gonzalez on Instagram. Like I said, everything goes on our social media or my social media both. So you want to follow us there. Check out our YouTube page at Gonzo Sports Room. We got a lot of content on there, whether it's UFC stuff, pro wrestling, NBA, NFL. There's stuff on there for everybody. Something else we also do is we stream live at some independent professional wrestling shows. There's like 8 or 9 of them on our YouTube page that we've done so far. Go check those out. There's one that has Hall of Famer Rikishi on it, the Boogeyman. I mean, there's a lot of different stuff on there. We are doing one tomorrow night. Big show tomorrow night. Don't want to miss it. Thunder or Blunder 2, Indianapolis, Indiana, at the Outlaw Arena on Kentucky Avenue. The promoter, Walter Buckley, has put together one hell of a show. Every match on this card will be a main event on a regular show. He's tried to put together like the Super Bowl of independent wrestling and have it the night before the Super Bowl. It's going to be a great show. Tickets are only $15. You can get more information on that at our social media, or you can contact Walter Buckley. I know he's available on Facebook. It's Thunder Blunder 2. Bell time's at 6 p.m. tomorrow night. I think there's 14 matches scheduled so far, maybe 15. It's going to be a great show. And if you can't be there, you can't make it there live in person to Indianapolis, we have you covered. GWR/GSR will be streaming this event live on YouTube and Twitch tomorrow night, starting at 6 p.m. Eastern. So you don't want to miss it. If you can't be there in person, come join us. We for our stream of it should be a great show. All right, let's jump right into today's game. Oh, actually, before we jump into today's games, don't my picks were 6-0 yesterday in the NBA. Had a great night in the NBA last night. So 6-0 yesterday. The day before, I think my picks were 4-3. So let's see if we can stay on a roll tonight. All right, first game we have is going to be the Oklahoma City Thunder at the Philadelphia 76ers. The Sixers are 12-point favorites in this game. They are minus 900 on the money line. The Thunder are plus 610 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 206.5. The Thunder are 17-37 on the season. The Sixers are 32-22. So these are two teams that are going in opposite directions. The Sixers just made a big trade, traded Ben Simmons and Seth Curry and Drummond for James Harden. We'll see how James Harden fits in with the Sixers. Not sure if he's making his Sixer debut tonight or not, but I'm pretty sure he probably will. For the Thunder, their best player, Gilchrist Alexander, is still out. They struggle offensively. They do play good defense, but they just struggle to score the ball. I like the 76ers to win this game. 12 points to me is a little too much, but I do like the over the 206.5 in this game. All right, next game is the Cleveland Cavaliers at the Indiana Pacers. The Cavs are 34, or excuse me, the Cavs are 6-point favorites on the road. They're minus 235 on the money line. Pacers are plus 194 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 214. The Cavs are 34-21 on the season. The Pacers are 19-37 on the season. The Cavs are 12-3 in their last 15 games. The Cavs have been one of the big surprises of the NBA this season. There's not very many people. If there's people telling you that they knew the Cavs was going to be playing this well this season, I would say that they're full of shit because I don't know anybody that knew the Cavs or thought the Cavs was going to be this good. The Pacers, on the other hand, a lot of people thought they were going to be a good team this year and be competitive. It's been totally the opposite. Now they've blown the team up. They just traded Sabonis and Justin Holiday to the Kings for Tyrese Halliburton and Hill and Tristan Thompson. Then we also traded Karis LeVert to the Cavs, which we'll see tonight. The Pacers have blown the team up and are starting a rebuild. The Cavs people thought they were in the middle of a rebuild, but it looks like they're through their rebuild and that they've got a pretty good young core and are ready to compete now. Pacers are 19-37 on the season. They're on a 5-game losing streak. Like I said, they were active at the trade deadline. They traded Karis LeVert. They've traded away their all-star Sabonis. Halliburton and Hield are questionable for tonight. I'm not sure if they're going to play. I'm a big Pacer fan, but putting my fanhood aside and just pick betting on games or picking the games, I like Cleveland here at the -6. Pacers are just not a very good team right now. And I like the over the 214 in this game. Okay, next game we have is the Charlotte Hornets at the Detroit Pistons. The Hornets are 7-point favorites in this game. They're minus 300 on the money line. Detroit is plus 250 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 226.5. These are teams that we're going in the opposite direction. The Hornets have hit a little bit of a speed bump, I would say, in their season after getting off to a hot start. Now they're back at 500. Excuse me. The Hornets are 28 and 28. The Detroit Pistons are 12 and 43. The Hornets are second in the NBA in scoring, but here the last 5 or 6 games, they've struggled scoring. They've lost 6 straight, and they struggle defensively. And they're so bad defensively that if they have a quarter where they're not shooting good, they're usually then they fall way behind because they can't stop anybody on the defensive end. The Pistons have lost 6 in a row. Their best young star, Cade Cunningham, is questionable tonight with a hip injury. Uh, I like the Hornets in this game at the -7. I just don't see the Pistons being able to slow the Hornets down enough, especially if Cunningham can't play. Uh, I don't I don't think the Pistons will be able to keep up scoring wise. So I like the Hornets at the -7 in this game. Now the over under, I lean toward the under the 226.5 because, like I said, the Hornets have not been scoring at the clip that they have been, and the Pistons are not a high scoring team. So I would lean toward the under the 226.5 in this game. All right, next game. We have the Denver Nuggets at the Boston Celtics. Tipped off for this game is at 7:40 p.m. Eastern time. The Nuggets are, or excuse me, the Celtics are 6-point favorites in this game, -235 on the money line. Nuggets are plus 194 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 218.5. Uh, both these teams, I think, have struggled a little more than what a lot of people thought this season, but a lot of that's been due to injuries. The Nuggets are 30 and 24. The Celtics are 31 and 25. So they're pretty even there. The Nuggets are 7 and 3 their last 10 games. Uh, Michael Porter Jr., Monte Morris, and Murray are all still out. So they're still missing some of their better players, which they've been missing most of the season. But Jokic has just been an animal, been carrying this team. The Celtics have won 8 of their last 9, and they're on a 6-game winning streak. They're healthier, and their Celtics are playing some good basketball right now. But the value here is taking the Nuggets on the road because the Nuggets have been playing so well. I like the Nuggets at the +6. I think it's going to be a one possession game, and I lean toward the over the 218.5 in this game. Both these teams can score some points, and are not. Neither team has been playing great defense this season, so I like the. I lean toward the over the 218.5 in this game, but I really do like the Nuggets at the +6. I just think this is going to be a back and forth game coming down to one possession. I think 6 points is too many for to give up for either team. Next game is the San Antonio Spurs at the Atlanta Hawks. The Hawks are 8-point favorites in this game. They're -360 on the money line. The Spurs are plus 290 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 232.5. The Spurs are 20 and 35 on the season. The Hawks are 26 and 28 on the season. The Spurs are 3 and 7 their last 10 games. So they've been struggling their last 10 games. They average 111 points per game, and they allow right around 111 points per game. The Atlanta Hawks are 9 and 3 their last 12 games. They average right around 111 points per game as well, and allow 111 points per game as well. So both these teams are real similar on their stats. But the Hawks have been hot lately, and the Spurs haven't. But the Hawks can score the ball, but they don't play great defense a lot. And if they struggle shooting the 3 ball, they have a lot of problems. I like the Spurs. I like the Spurs in this game at the +8. I just think 8 points is too many to give up. And I would lean toward the under the 232.5. All right, next game we have is the Minnesota Timberwolves at the Chicago Bulls. The Bulls are 3.5 point favorites at home. They're minus 162 on the money line. The Timberwolves are plus 136 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 241. The T Wolves are 29-26 on the season. The Bulls are 34-21. Bulls have been having a good year. They had their little struggle there with some injuries and stuff, and that kind of they lost a few games that they probably wouldn't have lost. The Timberwolves are 5-1 in their last 6 games. They average 113 points per game. They're 5-1 ATS their last 6. The Bulls had been battling injuries. They're starting to get healthy again. They average 111 points per game. They're 5-2 ATS their last 7. Both these teams have been playing pretty good basketball. I like the Bulls here at minus 162 on the money line. All right, next game is the Orlando Magic at the Utah Jazz. These are two teams that are going in the opposite direction here. The Magic are, the Jazz are 13.5 point favorites in this game. They're minus 1,100 on the money line. The Orlando Magic are plus 700 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 222.5. The Magic are 13-43 on the season. I forgot to write down the Jazz's record, but they have a winning record. They're one of the better. I think they're second in the West, second or third in the West right now. Magic are coming off a win over Portland. They average 103 points per game. They're 1-5 ATS their last 6 versus Utah. The Jazz have won 4 in a row. They've been battling some injuries. They've lost a couple. They lost Ingles for the season, and some of their other players are coming back. They're average 113 points per game. They beat the Warriors their last game, which I think was Wednesday night. They're 3-1 ATS their last 4. I like the Jazz in this game. I just don't see the Magic being able to keep up with the Jazz, especially if the Jazz are hitting their 3-pointers. I lean toward the Jazz at the minus 13.5. I just hate giving up that many points, so that's why I'm saying I'll lean toward them. And then I lean toward the under the 222.5. All right, it looks like that is all the NBA games for today. We'll move on. Let's move on. Talk a little bit of college basketball. Look at some of the games in college basketball today, and then we'll talk some Super Bowl before I give out my picks of the day here at the end toward the end of the show. All right, college basketball tonight. You have Oakland at Robert Morris. Oakland is a 6.5 point favorites on the road. They're minus 315 on the money line. Robert Morris is plus 250 on the money line. Over unders at 142.5. I would lean toward Oakland in this game at the minus 6.5. Then we have Connecticut at Xavier. Xavier is a 1.5 point favorite at home. They're minus 118 on the money line. Connecticut is minus 102 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 138.5. I like Xavier at the minus 1.5 or money line either way in this game. You get a little more value at the minus 1.5. Over under 138.5. I lean toward the under the 138.5 in this game. You have Detroit Mercy at Youngstown State. Youngstown State is a 1.5 point favorite at home, minus 114 on the money line. Detroit Mercy is plus 105 on the money line, or excuse me, also minus 105 on the money line. So this game's almost a pick 'em. Over unders at 142.5. I lean toward Detroit Mercy in this game, getting a big win on the road. Wright State at UW Milwaukee. Wright State's an 8.5-point favorite. They're minus 465 on the money line. UW Milwaukee is plus 350 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 147.5. I would lean toward Wright State here in this game. Monmouth against Manhattan. Monmouth is a 4.5-point favorite on the road, minus 230 on the money line. Manhattan is plus 188 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 142.5. We have Kent State at Akron. Akron is a 3.5-point favorite at home here. Some MAC action. Akron's minus 164 on the money line. Kent State is plus 136 on the money line. Over-unders at 130.5. I like Akron here at the minus 3.5. Don't look like we have any like real big matchups tonight. Got Northern Kentucky at UW Green Bay. Northern Kentucky is 7.5-point favorites on the road. They're minus 320 on the money line. UW Green Bay is plus 255 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 129.5. I'll lean toward Northern Kentucky here at the minus 7.5. Nevada at Utah State, 9 p.m. Eastern tonight. Utah State's a 10.5-point favorite at home. They're minus 720 on the money line. Actually, that just went down a little bit. Now they're minus 710 on the money line. Nevada's plus 490 on the money line. Over-unders at 145.5. Lean toward Utah State. I just don't like giving up 10.5 points. All right. In the NHL tonight, we have the Winnipeg Jets at the Dallas Stars. The Dallas Stars are minus 1.5 on the puck line, minus 162 money line. Over-under for this game is set at 6. I like the Dallas Stars in this game at the minus 162 money line. I have the New York Islanders at the Edmonton Oilers. This game starts at 9:07 p.m. Eastern time tonight. The Oilers are minus 1.5 on the puck line, minus 142 money line. The Islanders are plus 118 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 5.5. I like the over the 5.5 in this game. Tampa Bay Lightning at the Arizona Coyotes. The Lightning are 1.5-point favorites on the puck line, minus 315 the money line. The Coyotes are plus 250 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 6.5. I like the Tampa Bay Lightning here at the minus 1.5 on the puck line. And you have the Seattle Kraken at the Anaheim Ducks. The Ducks are minus 1.5 on the puck line, minus 164 money line. The Kraken are plus 136 money line. And the over-under is 5.5. I like the Anaheim Ducks here at the money line at the minus 164. And I like the over the 5.5 in this game. All right, it looks like that is all. That's all the hockey. All the hockey we have for tonight. Look at the Super Bowl. Those are all props. We will dig into the props here in just a minute. Before we dig into the props, I would like to look at see what the if the spread has changed any on this game. It's been holding at 4 basically ever since the championship games. I've seen that at 4.5 at a couple places, but it's been holding right at 4. On FanDuel, it's still at 4. Rams are 4-point favorites. They're minus 198 on the money line. The Bengals are plus 166 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 48.5. I like the Bengals in this game money line at plus 166. If you've been watching the show, I've been saying it all week. I think the Bengals are going to win this game. There's something about Joe Burrow. He has that team believing. Key to the game is going to be the offensive. Is going to be at the line of scrimmage. If the Cincinnati Bengals can keep the Los Angeles or keep Aaron Donald and Von Miller from wrecking the game on that defensive line, I think the Bengals are going to have a hell of a chance to win this game. And we've seen we've seen Joe Burrow get sacked 9 times in one game in the playoffs, 9 times. Actually 11, but 2 of them didn't count because of penalty, but 9 times in a playoff game still win. So we know that hey, he can take the hits and he's still going to stand in there and make the throws that he needs to make. But if he gets sacked 9 times in this game, I think it's going to be a long day for the Cincinnati Bengals. But we've also seen Joe Burrow's ability to escape pressure and make plays with his legs, whether it be running or getting out of the pocket and looking downfield and getting the ball downfield. I think Jamar Chase is going to have a big game. I look for this to be a high scoring game. I like the over the 48.5 in this game. I think both teams are going to score in the high 20s to low 30s. I think it's going to be an offensive battle. And I like the Bengals. I think Joe Burrow is going to find a way in the end to either lead his team down for the game-winning score, whether that be a field goal attempt or a touchdown. But I like the Bengals in this game at the plus 166 on the money line. And if you're going to bet the side on the Super Bowl, there really isn't a whole lot of value to make money if you're betting on the Rams on the side, unless maybe you parlay it with a prop bet, a couple prop bets or something. But I like the Bengals at the plus 166 money line. I like the over the 48.5. All right, let's take a look at some of these Super Bowl prop bets. We talked a few about them last night, or not last night, but yesterday. But let's dig into them a little more. You have Super Bowl MVP odds. Matthew Stafford's the favorite at plus 125. Joe Burrow is next at plus 230. Cooper Kupp plus 550. Aaron Donald plus 1,400. Jamar Chase at plus 2,500. OBJ plus 2,700. I would sprinkle a little bit on Stafford and Burrow. I mean, whichever quarterback wins this game is more than likely going to be the MVP of the Super Bowl. It's not very often that somebody that's not a quarterback gets the MVP award. You can bet the position of the MVP award. You can bet position or QB versus any other position. Super Bowl MVP award. You can take Stafford versus the field. There's all kinds of different prop bets and stuff you can take. Let's look at some of the game props here. Touchdown props. Both teams to score a touchdown in their opening drive. Yes is plus 1040. No is minus 2,500. Either team to score a touchdown on their opening drive. Number of plays in the first touchdown drive. Longest touchdown scored. Shortest touchdown scored. Like I said, you can bet about anything in the Super Bowl. Teams with the first touchdown pass in the game. Total individual touchdown scores. Total yardage of all touchdowns scored. First and second touchdown scored. You can bet a lot. Either team to score on their first offensive play. Yes, plus 3,000. No, minus 20,000. Also, you can take the rant. First offensive play of the game would be a rush attempt or a pass attempt. Rush attempt at minus 128. Pass attempt at plus 104. Will the first offensive play result in a touchdown? Will there be a 2-point conversion attempt? Or will there be a successful 2-point conversion attempt? Rams' first drive result. Player to have most yards from scrimmage. And you got down props. Team to achieve the most first downs in the game. Cincinnati Bengals are at plus 100. Los Angeles Rams at minus 122. Got the game score props. First scoring play to be a touchdown is minus 168. Field goal plus 128. Safety plus 5,500. Like I said, and there's a lot. There's even more on here. I mean, there's all kinds of props. If you want to bet on the Super Bowl, there's a lot of ways you can bet on the Super Bowl. I'm looking on FanDuel. Other sports books probably have a little bit different ones as well. Position to score first touchdown. Quarterback is at plus 1,100. Defensive or special teams plus 1,100. Running back, fullback plus 220. Wide receiver minus 130. Tight end plus 600. Jersey number of first TD score. Turnover props. Will there be a fumble loss in the first half? Yes, 132. No, minus 162. Will there be a fumble in the loss in the second half? Either team to score 2 unanswered times. Yes, minus 8,000. No, plus 1,800. Clock management props. Team to have more time possession. Rams minus 132. Bengals plus 108. Net yardage props. Quarters / half scoring props. Will Los Angeles Rams score more points in first half or second half? Will Cincinnati being time of scores? Like I said, there's a lot you can see. Receiving props, got rushing props, defensive props, special team props. Like I said, if you want to bet the Super Bowl, there's a bunch of different ways to bet the Super Bowl. Okay, let's take a look ahead at the odds for the 2023 Super Bowl winner. This will be for next season. Right now, they have the Chiefs and Bills as the favorites to win the Super Bowl next season at plus 700. The Rams are at plus 1,200. Cowboys at plus 1,200. 49ers and the Green Bay Packers are both at plus 1,500. Again, this is odds for the Super Bowl who will win next year's Super Bowl in 2023. All right. Let's get to my picks of the day. Today in the NBA, I like the Cleveland Cavaliers minus 6 over the Indiana Pacers. I like the Charlotte Hornets minus 7 against the Detroit Pistons. I like the Denver Nuggets plus 6 against the Boston Celtics. I like the San Antonio Spurs plus 8 against the Atlanta Hawks. I like the Chicago Bulls money line against the Minnesota Timberwolves. And let's see, that's all in the NBA tonight. And college basketball, I like Xavier minus 1.5, and I like Fresno State plus 6. All right, to recap, my picks of the day are the Cleveland Cavaliers minus 6 against the Pacers, Charlotte Hornets minus 7 against the Pistons, the Nuggets plus 6 over the Boston Celtics, Spurs plus 8 against the Atlanta Hawks, Chicago Bulls money line, college basketball Xavier minus 1.5, and Fresno State plus 6. Again, my picks were 6-0 yesterday, so hopefully we can have another good day, another big day today in that aspect. All right. Before we get out of here for today, don't forget we're live. Actually, and on the Super Bowl, I'll put out my official Super Bowl picks. Super Bowl pick, which I've already told you guys, I'm going with the Bengals at the money line, but I'll put out some of the props that I'm going to take as well. I'll have those out Saturday night after midnight or Sunday morning or before 9:00 Sunday morning. We'll have our the props we're going to take for the Super Bowl and our official Super Bowl pick, which is not going. It's going to be the Cincinnati Bengals on my official Super Bowl pick. But we'll go through some of the props on that. I'll post which props and stuff I like Sunday before 9 a.m. Sunday. Before 9 a.m. Sunday, we'll have that stuff posted for you. All right, don't forget we're live Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern, Easy Money, a sports betting show. We're giving out winners. Come join us. We're also live. We're also live at 7 p.m. Eastern, We're also live at 7 p.m. Eastern, Monday, Wednesday, Friday with GSR Gonzo Sports Room, our sports talk show. Come join us for both those shows. You can find both shows live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. You can also find both shows, GSR Gonzo Sports Room and Easy Money, a sports betting show, on Apple Podcasts, Anchor Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, most places you listen to podcasts, you can find us. Also, we have a new podcast out, GWR Gonzo's Wrestling Room, Pro Wrestling Podcast. You can find it on Apple Podcasts, Anchor Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. Most places you listen to podcasts, you can find it. Also, if you'd like to listen to or watch the video version of it, you can find it video version on YouTube. And new episodes drop every Sunday at 9 a.m. They drop on the podcast network and on YouTube every Sunday 9 a.m. So make sure you check that out. Last episode of it was an awesome episode. You can find out on YouTube or on the podcast platforms. Go check it out. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at Gonzo Sports Room. That's where we post all the information about all of our shows, whether it's our daily picks for Easy Money, a sports betting show, interview announcements, big show announcements. Everything goes to our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at Gonzo Sports Room. Don't forget, if you're looking for something to do Saturday night, tomorrow night, night before the Super Bowl, maybe you have some family or friends in town, you guys are looking for something to do, the real big independent pro wrestling show, Indianapolis, Indiana, at the Outlaw Arena on Kentucky Avenue. Thunder or Blunder 2. Walt Beasy, promoter Walter Buckley, has put together one hell of a card. There's 14 matches, I believe, on this card, and all 14 matches could be main event matches on a different card. Just a lot of talent. Going to be a great night of entertainment. I highly recommend get to Indianapolis tomorrow night. Only $15 to get in. If you can't be there live in person and would like to watch it, GWR will be streaming it live on YouTube and Twitch at Gonzo Sports Room. Going to be a great night. Going to be a fun night. Come join us. We'll have live commentary. We'll be streaming the whole event. You'll be able to watch all the matches. I even think there's some musical acts as well. So join us tomorrow night. Thunder Blunder 2. Bell times at 6 p.m. Eastern. And we'll be live on YouTube and Twitch with that. So come join us. Come join us for that. Check out our YouTube page. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. Also hit that bell so you get notifications of when we're live, so you never miss when we're live. If you're watching on Facebook, please hit the like and follow buttons. Please share. We greatly appreciate it. Check out our merch store, streamlabs.com/Gonzalez Sports/merch. You can see some of our t-shirts behind me here. We just had a new Easy Money sports betting t-shirt drop last weekend. Have a new GSR shirt coming up real soon. There's also a couple new GWR shirts on there as well. So go in there and get yourself some GWR, GSR, and Easy Money gear today. We greatly appreciate it. Again, that link is streamlabs.com/Gonzalez Sports/merch. Also, there's a donation page set up at that same link if you'd like to donate to help the show grow, to help us get some new equipment, new stuff we need to be able to do, add some stuff to the show that we're looking to do. We greatly appreciate that as well. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Hope you have a great Friday. One more time before we get out of here, my picks for today. I like the Cavs -6, the Hornets -7, Denver Nuggets +6, San Antonio Spurs +8, Chicago Bulls money line. In college basketball, I like Xavier -1.5, and Fresno State +6. I hope everybody has a great day. Hope everybody has a great day. Have a great weekend. Enjoy Super Bowl at 6 p.m. Eastern with Thunder or Blunder 2. Peace. Stay safe this weekend. Peace.